This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane. This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey, I'm Kendel KX, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and CastBox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. And of course, your host, James J. And it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with Kendel KX.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Can you tell us where we'll be seeing you slay next, event-wise?
The next event you'll probably be able to catch me slaying at will be at Pride Wrestling Alliance in Asheville on November 27th.
Okay. And where can we find you on social media and merchandise if you got it?
On social media is Kendel KX. I have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, but I honestly don't really get on TikTok very much. And then as far as merchandise, I actually have handmade all the merch I have so far, and so I haven't put it online yet, but if you catch me at a show, you can get a shirt or a fan or some glasses.
Hell yeah. And man-made it as well, from the person. Yeah,
it's definitely made with love. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not anything super crazy, but I don't know. I like the creative. Being creative is one of my favorite parts of being a wrestler, honestly.
Hell yeah. I think it's maybe a little bit more special knowing that, the person you're buying it from is actually the person that made it as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and CastBox. Now let's get into it. You wrestle for Firestar and FSPW. Can you tell us about your relationship with the companies?
Firestar is the school where I trained, and I'm the 61st graduate. I love my school. I wouldn't have ever got my foot in the door in wrestling without it. And the other promotion I wrestle for pretty regularly, it's AIWF. They're a really awesome promotion too. I'm actually a heel there, and it's nice getting to be Evil Slay, because normally I'm the underdog and the good guy, so it's nice getting to strut around and, yell at kids and stuff.
Was that something you had aspirations to do, be a heel?
Honestly, when I was still just a fan before I ever got in the ring, just being a smaller guy, and it was I always just kind of figured I would be a little scaredy cat, coward heel, and then after actually doing it and seeing how people root for me because of the same reason, where I'm I don't know. It's kind of wild. I never would have pictured myself being a babyface, but now that I've actually got to be in the ring and do it, I love them both for different reasons. But yeah, I definitely I would like to be a heel at Firestar too, for sure.
So you kind of didn't necessarily see yourself as a baby face. So what was that moment like when I would imagine it's your coach saying, "Yeah, we're making you face."
Well, I was really green when I started. I did a stage combat like theater match for my senior project when I was in college, but like that was a stage combat. It wasn't actual wrestling, you know.
Right.
And then like when I had my first match, it just kind of happened naturally because where I didn't really have the know-how, and then what got me to be a fan of wrestling was like the golden era of divas, like the early 2000s wrestling, like Trish Stratus and Lita and Victoria and Molly Holly, like that era, and Jazz and Jacqueline too. That whole era like was what got me to be a fan. And so with my background too, is like I wasn't the like most technically sound, I guess you could say, wrestler, but everybody could feel that I was trying and that I really like it was in my heart, you know. And that's where me being the babyface came from. Like I just had that natural babyface fire because even though I wasn't, the best, quote unquote, like I was doing my best, and you could tell I was slaying.
Alright. Well, Theater Combat, we'll put a pin in that for the time being. And get into some pro wrestling. The first one being is you not too long ago, you made your debut in New Jersey. What was that experience like?
Oh, that was so cool. I still can't even believe that happened, but I was at work and got a text from my friend, and then I got off work at 11 p.m. that night and got to their house at midnight, and then we left and drove all day and helped set up and wrestled at like 9:30 at night, and then got back around like 7 or 8. I slept for a couple hours and then went back to work. And so it was such a blur, but it was so fun too. And that was like, I don't know, that match like gave me confidence as a babyface. Like, yeah, I'm pretty good at this, It's what it made me feel like, because if you watch the clip I put on my Instagram, you can hear when I'm doing my entrance, somebody goes, "What the fuck?" And then by the end of the match, like, I go to hit the big face buster and they're all chanting "slay" for me. And it was like, it was like, oh no. I love that. That made me really proud, because it's like they didn't believe in me. I was like, oh, like, what the hell is this? What the fuck is this? Literally. And then at the end, they're like, yeah, like, wow, he's kicking ass.
What does that kind of mean to you to have those, obviously the crowd not necessarily into you, out of the starting gate, but for most of them to be behind you at the ending of the match?
Like I said, that it makes me feel proud. Like, it makes me feel like I'm doing good when I can entertain the fans. And that's honestly, like, when I go to wrestle, that's what I set out to do. Like, of course I want to have a good match, but, like, I want the people there to be entertained. And that's actually one thing I've been trying to work on, too, is, like, work to the cameras more, because, I don't know, I just feel like I should be doing the show for the people who paid to be there, And, like, yeah, it makes me feel happy, because that's happened a couple of times. Like, a lot of times I'll run around and do like a high five to the crowd when I'm doing my entrance, and like one dude purposely like pulled his hand like away to not give me a five at one show, and then at the end, when I was making my way back, he was like, "You ended up being my favorite." It was like, yeah, and you wouldn't even give me a high five, you know?
Hey, us fans are a fickle bunch.
Yeah, yeah, but it's cool. It's nice, especially when you get a moment like that, like when you get the like acknowledgement, like actually I do respect you, my bad, you know.
Well, it seemed like it was just a wild, 24 hours in general, going from work to driving to New Jersey and it didn't seem like you had a match prepared for you. Like, it was something that just kind of came up. To just going,
Yeah.
then leaving that night back home, going back to work. Like you said, a blur. How was that, like, whirlwind like for you? Just, to travel to New Jersey just to, just for an opportunity, so to speak.
It was, I'm not sure the word to describe it, honestly. It was really cool, though. I will say that definitely, just because I have some family up in Pennsylvania, and so I've been going up north since I was a little kid, probably like 3 or 4 years old. But the way we would go, I never had been to New Jersey before. And so that was my first time getting to go to New Jersey. And so that was pretty neat in itself. And then, I don't know. It's pretty surreal, honestly, because that was my first out-of-state booking. And the fact that it was so far, and like you said, we didn't have a match planned for us. We were just helping set up. And the booker, he knew that we came, like, with our friend that he had booked, and he put us all three together in that triple threat match. And it was pretty cool. Like, that's another neat thing. I love getting a good response from the fans, definitely. Like, whether it is, they boo me or whatever. It's the fans at AIWF, they hate me, and it's really fun also. But getting the good and bad reactions, like, I love when someone in the back comes up and says something to me, like, like, you've really got something, like, just keep it up. Like, any kind of encouragement like that, like, it always makes me feel like, wow, like, that was pretty good. Because I like to beat myself up.
Well, another match that you had, you wrestled Jackson Drake for the FSPW Heavyweight Championship. Obviously a proper a proper heavyweight championship. What was that experience like, wrestling Drake and obviously for the gold?
Wow, yeah, that was really intense. And it was, I honestly, I still can't believe I had that match. And honestly, I'm really grateful for it too, just because I know a lot of people who have paid more dues than me, I guess you could say, and they would have Jackson as their dream match, and then the fact that I did get to wrestle for the title against him, like, it just means so much to me. And honestly, I wish we could have another match, because I'm not saying I'm like the GOAT or anything, but I was so much greener in that match compared to what I am now. I feel like it would be a totally different battle between us. It was awesome though. And that was a brutal match too, definitely. Uh, yeah. I will say my one thing from that match, I do regret smacking him, because he smacked me back really hard, which, I mean, I deserved it. I smacked him first, but I should have just, said something instead of going right for the big whoops.
Right.
Have a little more finesse instead of just trying to be a brute.
That was pretty early on on in your career as well, correct?
It was, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'd probably been. I hadn't even graduated from Firestar then, but I'd been wrestling probably a little under a year at that point.
What did it kind of mean to you for, FSPW to kind of trust you with that, weight of wrestling their champion?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it, it's nice to get respect like that, definitely. Like, just getting to have those moments. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to know that people notice your hard work. It really does. It makes you feel good.
Hell yeah. And it does seem like you do want a rematch with Jackson again. Like you said, you were early on in your career back then. What do you think is the biggest difference in yourself now compared to then?
I would just say I found my confidence because, like, back then, I was still learning, how to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, now I know how to do my moves and what they mean. And I don't have to think about that so much. I can just be in the moment and not, like, worried about, like, oh, like, now I need to hit my big move or, whatever thing I get caught up on like that.
I gotcha. You have, you've yet to win a championship now.
Yeah. No, I haven't had any gold yet.
I do feel like, obviously you do have your eyes set on gold at this point. What would it mean to you to finally capture a piece of hardware?
It would. Wow. It would be pretty awesome. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't love being a champion, But yeah, I think I could definitely play into that, and especially like with my heel character too, because I know you've seen people hate when people treat a title like an accessory, and that's definitely what I would do just because I love fashion, and I would definitely, if I had the title belt, plan my outfit around it, and then I would do that just to spite him. It's like, oh, like, isn't my title a cute accessory for my outfit? Slay. Like, it would be really, really cool for sure.
You mentioned, kind of wrestling in the moment now compared to, back then where you had to kind of think about things. Are you the type of person that kind of takes the moment in the moment, or does it kind of set in afterwards? Like, wow, I wrestled Jackson. I wrestled for the heavyweight championship. I wrestled in New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm definitely like the after like moment. I can never like absorb it in the moment. And then yeah, it's like you said, it's like I'll take that like second and just like, wow, like that just happened. Because yeah, everything you just listed has all been really big accomplishments in my career. And I've had a couple other title matches too, and the same thing with both of them was just like, wow, like even though I didn't win either one, it was like I just wrestled for a championship. It's yeah, it's definitely I have gratitude for the moments I've gotten. Totally, I definitely take that minute to just be like, wow, this is crazy.
Well, another moment you had was you actually got to meet Dave Kapolsky. I believe I'm pronouncing that correct, or I'm just.
Yeah, Gabe Sapolsky, yeah.
Sapolsky, thank you. Obviously Evolve, a part of WWE currently. What was it like attending his seminar?
It was really cool. It made me feel pretty good. He remembered me from last year. And he said that I had my own look, which I thought was really cool too. And he said, just work on my fundamentals a little more, which that's one thing anybody who's a wrestler will tell you is always practice your fundamentals. And, I don't want to give away too much of his information, just because, but, he definitely made me think about some things different, and sometimes less is more, I feel like, is a good way to say what he was talking about with saying too much.
I gotcha. But I mean, that's a really big compliment he gave you, that, obviously he's seen, his fair share of pro wrestlers, for him to tell you, you have your own look, just work on, the fundamentals, no?
Yeah.
Right. Now we talked about some big moments, some important moments. Maybe your most dramatic moment. Could you tell us about Wrestling in the Rain?
Oh, yeah, Wrestling in the Rain. Honestly, I had fun. Like, everybody else really, seemed to hate it, but, I don't know. I will say I did my outfits backwards that day, just because I do like to, change at shows and not wear the same thing that I wrestle in when I'm, walking around. And, I had on jeans and a crop top when I was wrestling, and then the crop top I had on had sleeves, and then when I was walking around I had on athletic shorts that said sleh on the back and a crop top that was a tank top, and it's I should have wore the tank top and the hot pants when I was wrestling and wore the jeans and the actual t-shirt when I wasn't, and I had it backwards. So that was honestly my regret from that match, because I was walking around with wet jeans and everybody was trying to talk to me, and I was like, I'm sorry, I gotta go change my legs. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, actually. It was a good match, I feel like, for with everything being wet, because it was slick too, but I have always went rock climbing and going up waterfalls and hiking and stuff like that, and so it was just kind of the training from that kicked in. I actually did my high fly move I call Princess Peach, which was when I jump and then fly them with my butt, which I got it from Peach's special move in Smash Brothers when she goes up cha. That's why I called it the Princess Peach. But I did that move in that match, and I did it a little differently, because the first rule of rock climbing is 3 points of contact, and so I usually do a little double jump thing and then jump back into it. But since it was wet and slick that match, I held onto the top rope and just jumped from the middle rope.
That's actually really interesting, because obviously there's an added element of danger with the ring being wet. But it seems like you were actually prepared for it. Well, not many wrestlers would be, because of your rock climbing. No?
Yeah. It was fun, honestly. And what was really crazy too, I ran into one of my old friends who does bluegrass music, and he was actually playing a concert at the building where us wrestlers, it was our locker room. And So it was pretty funny because I never got to see him play, and he never got to see me wrestle, and so we both got to see each other perform for the first time that night.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was just a very odd day all around, no?
Yeah, for sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you did actually forget, it was your first match without nail polish too, as well, no?
Oh yeah, it was. That was actually because I'm a little over 2 years now, and that was like right around 2 years. But yeah, that was my first match in 2 years that I didn't paint my nails, and so you probably couldn't even notice, watching. But I was like, that's pretty wild that I've wrestled all these matches, and this is the first time I haven't had nail polish.
I mean, was there a reason you didn't have nail polish? Was you,
Well, I'd re-dyed my hair so the pink would be really vibrant, and it had just took longer than I had expected it to, and so I had to spend the time doing my hair that I would have done painting my nails. But actually, how I paint my nails, I do it as a shout out to Nightwing from Batman. I do my 2 middle fingers pink instead of blue, like Nightwing, and then my other 3 fingers are black, like his suit.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, that's a great segue into my next question, and that is the one time you dressed as Nightwing for a training session, no?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Tell us about it. I believe Porino was Goku, CJ Evans was Link, and I cannot place who was Snorlax.
Yeah, that was Will Goodman. Yeah, he was Snorlax.
Okay.
That was fun. That was a Halloween training session, and he's Kozone said in the announcement that you could wear a costume if you wanted to, and so we all showed up, and we did a little sequence with our characters too, which was pretty fun. But yeah, I tried to do the warm up rolls and stuff with my Nightwing wig on, and the wig wouldn't stay on, and so I had to lose the wig, but I did wear the jumpsuit. And there's a video, I put it on my story, but I didn't save it to where it'd be on my profile or nothing. But I do this front flip move onto the crash pad, and my wig flies off when I'm doing the flip. It was really funny. I wish I had did the archive on that one.
Hey, maybe that could be a future attack move. People think, oh, he has long hair, and then flip, and oh, the wig goes flying into your opponent.
Oh, yeah. Attack him with a wig. That would be great.
We're workshopping here.
Oh.
Tell us about your love of Nightwing and DC Comics.
Oh, yeah. Well, I love Nightwing. He's my favorite superhero for sure. And then I love Catwoman too. But I'm definitely DC over Marvel. I don't really know too much about Marvel. Spider-Man is cool, but that's about as deep as I get. I remember me and my cousin, we used to play the Spider-Man game on PlayStation 1 all the time. That was a really fun game. But yeah, I always just thought Nightwing and Catwoman were cool. And then I actually got into Batman because of Sonic the Hedgehog, because I've always been a diehard Sonic fan. And then I actually based a lot of sleh on Rouge from Sonic. And Rouge was she was inspired by Batman and Catwoman both. And just because of when I found that out, that's when I started getting into Batman. But I love Batman Returns, the movie with Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito. That's definitely my favorite Batman movie. And the Catwoman animated movie, Catwoman, I think it was called Hunted. It had Liz Gillies as Catwoman in it. That was a good movie too.
That was the
I
one
enjoyed
with
that one.
Batwoman in it, correct?
Do what?
Batwoman was in it, correct?
Yeah, and they're trying to find the emerald or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, yeah, that was a pretty good movie. I remember enjoying that one. And then let's see. Oh, I love the Lego Batman movie too. That movie is great.
Low-key, Will Arnett over Ben Affleck. Well, I liked, the controversial bit. Obviously, your favorite is Dick Grayson. How did you like him in The Dark Knight Rises? Hello, can you hear me?
I actually haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises, but in the animated Injustice movie, I did cry whenever he got killed by Damien.
Have you seen? Did you see Young Justice?
I've seen the first 2 seasons, but that's all I've got to see of it so far.
But I can't remember if that's where the show the original one ended with the first 2 seasons. There was at least one more season that was actually good of them, and then it just kind of dropped in quality. But are you watching do you read the comic books as well, or just a movie fan?
I do read the comic books, but I don't wait for them to come out and read them. A lot of times when I buy comic books, I'll go and get them at Ollie's just because they're so much cheaper there. But yeah, I have 2 of the big anthology books of Nightwing, and then I have one of those of Catwoman too, and I have the hardback also. It's the 50-year anniversary of Catwoman. That's a pretty cool book. That's probably my favorite comic book I have, honestly.
That actually sounds really cool as well.
Yeah, it is, because it goes through. She's like me; she has 100 different costumes, and it goes through all her different outfits, and it's neat. It breaks down how her character changes and all her different appearances. Oh yeah, my favorite live action Catwoman besides Michelle Pfeiffer is Eartha Kitt. Definitely, I love Eartha Kitt.
Okay.
I was actually kind of thinking about, as a joke, being Yzma for Halloween this year, because it'd be a really easy and funny costume.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I'm gonna do something a little different. So, but yeah, she did Yzma too. Is how a lot of people would recognize her. But she was a great Catwoman also.
Well, the thing is, if you're gonna be Yzma, you need somebody to play Kronk as well. You can't. You have to have.
Oh yeah.
The 2 are married.
Yeah, that's true.
And if it's a tag team match, and then you have the advantage, and then whoever is Kronk comes in and ruins the whole match and loses it for you.
Pull the lever Kronk, and then it all goes wrong. Oh. A llama, he's supposed to be dead. Oh.
Oh, good movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. Oh.
Alright, and a great segue into our next segment, and that's Kendall's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler in the pro wrestling world, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Well, let's see. I don't know. I mean, I can't really think of anything like super like weird that's happened. Like I haven't seen any like ghosts or anything like that, you know. But
do you believe in ghosts?
yeah, I think ghosts are real. I don't know. I think it's just more fun to believe in that stuff. It's like, I don't know. Like maybe it's not, but like why couldn't it be at the same time? You know?
True.
But I did actually, I guess this was probably like one of the scariest moments I had. I did have a cop pull me over one time because my brake light was busted, and like he was like shining his light in my car, and I thought he was gonna like make me get out of the car and everything, and he's like, it's awful late, like what are you doing out here? Because I was in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, oh, I'm a pro wrestler, I was helping out with this show. He was like, you're a pro wrestler? I was like, yeah. And I just so happened to have a poster I was on in my like seat beside me, and so I showed him. I was like, that's me right there. And he was like, oh. And he like did my license and registration. He was like, he let me get off with just a warning, which was nice. And I had just left too. I still had like probably like an hour and a half to drive to get back home. And yeah, but just because I was like, I had that poster and I was like, oh, like I'm a wrestler, I just came from a show. Because, you know, with my makeup, with the pink and then the real big eyeliner with the X's and my outfit, like, he might have thought I had some other job, you know. And so I thankfully had that poster to just be like, I'm a wrestler. And yeah, but that was really scary. I thought that he was gonna like, I don't know, like search me and bring all the, you know, like all the a whole squad and everything. It's like I just want to go home. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm tired.
I mean, it was really good coincidence that you had the poster right there ready.
Yeah, honestly, because I've got it put up now, but like it just so happened I had asked to keep it because it was the first time I'd ever got to be on a poster, and I still had it there in the seat, and I was like, oh, yeah, like I'm a wrestler.
And now you have a cool little story to go with your poster as well. This
For real.
This saved me from getting arrested that one time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is a good little story to tell, honestly. Oh.
Now, going from posters to magazines. Can you tell us about Flaunt magazine?
Yeah. I just honestly had got the ad for it like quite a few times, and so I was just kind of like, why not? Because people have like, I don't know, like I've always enjoyed fashion, and like people always seem to like my outfits too, so I was like, why not? And so I made it through the like opening, like to where you can actually get votes like from like the judging portion. And then right now, I'm doing pretty good, actually. I'm 6th in my group because they have like multiple different groups. And everybody in the top 20 will make it through this first cut of the voting round. And the first, yeah, honestly, I didn't expect to do as good as I'm doing, honestly. Just because, like I said before, like I like to beat myself up, but also as being realistic too, because you know I'm in a small town in North Carolina, and so just somebody who lives in like, you know, New York or California and knows like way more people, like obviously they get a bunch more votes, you know.
Right.
But no, you get votes once per day. And I like it'll show me like the most recent votes, and I notice some people have been voting for me every single day, and so that really means a lot too. It's like, I don't know, being realistic, I don't think I'm gonna win the competition, but it has made me realize like wow, I kind of am like, people do look to me for inspiration for their style, and I think that's really cool. Just because, like, I don't know. That's my quote on the Font magazine thing. Is like, I love fashion because our style says who we are before we even speak. It's something like that.
Well, whether, you win or you lose, the actual competition proper, I do kind of still see it, as a win to see, to have that influence, to get as far as you did, not being an influencer, but, as, just somebody that enjoys fashion and obviously a pro wrestler yourself, no?
Yeah, totally. And I mean, that was one thing that was cool too. Was like, it gave me a reason to go back and look at some of the outfits I put together, and it's like, wow, like, I don't know, because it's fun too. That's another reason I like doing it, And it's just like I was saying about those moments, like of having championship matches. Like, it's just nice to be acknowledged when you put work into something. Definitely.
I gotcha. Alright. And you can still, people can still vote for you to continue down this in this competition. No, on your the link is in your Instagram. No.
It is, yeah, and it's all about Facebook too. I think when the episode drops, we'll be in the second round. But yeah, people can still vote for me. So if you do, I'd really appreciate it.
Perfect. Give him the Wrestling with Entertainment Rob and give him a vote. His social medias will be in the description of the video below. So click the link on his profile for sure. Alright. You are also, as you mentioned, a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Can you tell us about your love of Sonic?
Yeah. Well, the first game I ever got to play was Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast. And, like, I had seen my family, like, play video games before, but that was the first time that I ever, like, got a controller that wasn't plugged in. Like, I actually got the real controller and got to play. And, I remember playing that, and I was just, like, hooked. Like, and, that was, like, before you could go and look up a walkthrough. And I remember being stumped on that game a few times, and, like, I remember being so accomplished, excuse me, when I beat it for the first time, because, like, I figured it out on my own and did all the little, to get through the story and beat the final boss, and it was like, wow, because you get to see Super Sonic and Super Shadow, and it's like a whole big thing, and you save the world, and it just kind of got, like, and then so, I got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on GameCube when it come out, and there was, like, I think 7 Sonic games on the GameCube. There was a bunch, and I got to have the GameCube in my bedroom too when I was a kid, because we had the PlayStation 2, like, that was, like, in the living room because everybody used the PlayStation 2, but nobody else really played the GameCube, so I got to have it in my room, and I had all those different Sonic games, and I had the Sonic games for the Game Boy Advance too. But yeah, it started with the games, and I've honestly never been into the Sonic comics too much, but I like all the shows, and I don't know. Yeah, I like Sonic just because his, like, personality too, and, like, it is a whole big cast of characters. Like I said, my favorite character is Rouge, but, like, Sonic himself, like, I just love how he embodies, like, freedom and just, like, I don't know, doing the right thing, and just do what's right and keep on running. Gotta go fast.
There's been a couple people are, making a big deal about The Last of Us being a proper video game adaptation, but really feel like Sonic did it first. Sonic had a really solid and successful movie hit before The Last of Us actually came out.
Yeah, the last movie I actually went to the theaters to watch was the Shadow movie. I think it's actually called Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but it was the movie that had Shadow the Hedgehog in it. And that's literally the last movie I went to the theaters to watch. But I like the first two movies also, but that third one, that's my favorite Sonic movie.
I don't blame you for that being the last movie you went to see in the movies. There has not been a lot of good movies out. I think the only movie I went to actually see this year was Demon Slayer, so I'm in the same boat as you.
Right.
But Keanu Reeves as Shadow, absolute cinema, no?
Yeah, he did a really good job, and I think they did a good job of because that movie was kind of an adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2, which that's another reason I love Rouge and Shadow also, but they both debuted in that game, so it's literally as long as I've known Sonic, they've been characters, and so they've always been my two favorites. But they did a really good job of telling Shadow's story. Just because where I am in the Sonic community too is I've seen I was in on the meme too about it's people cheering whenever Maria, the little girl, gets shot, and how they did it. It was she got killed by an explosion or something instead. Sorry for the spoiler, but it was really good, and it was you didn't even think about the meme because it was you were invested in, and that's Batman's parents. Maria dying is a canon event to Shadow. It's always gonna happen, Right. And it's even knowing that, it's they still made it to where it tore at the heartstrings too. I feel they handled it really well, definitely.
I do kind of think that part 2 was just more video game-esque with Knuckles and just how they handled everything. But part 3 was definitely good as well. My favorite line was "Revenge Squawk."
Oh yeah, I agree too. I would say I definitely besides Knuckles, I remember because he's another one of my favorite characters too. Honestly, that'd probably be my top 4 favorites. Would be Rouge, Shadow, Knuckles, and then Sonic. But I remember the snowboarding part too because, like you said, it made me think of parts from the video games. Because there's a part in Sonic 3 and a part in Sonic Adventure 1 that's snowboarding, and it was a perfect little shout out to those. But yeah, I know a lot of people were really upset about that wedding scene, but I didn't think it was too, I don't know. I felt they tied it into the movie good to give it a side plot.
It was so unnecessary. You could cut out that whole 20 minutes and literally the movie would not change.
Yeah.
I just remembered that. I about the weddings.
Oh.
Alright, favorite Sonic game of all time?
Oh, definitely Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay. Didn't even have to...
If you haven't ever played it, I was just going to say, if you haven't ever played it, that's definitely a good place to start for 3D Sonic. And, honestly, out of the newer games, I really like the one that just came out, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. That's actually my favorite kart racer was Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, the Crash Bandicoot one. And then now that Cross Worlds has come out, it's took over the spot from from CTR. But yeah, Crossroads is really fun, and they brought back the cars from All Stars Racing, where you could do the like boat and the plane, and then they brought back the extreme gear from Sonic Riders 2, which is like the like hoverboards, and you can use them like all together in races for the first time. And the boost system is really fun to control. Yeah, it's honestly probably I really enjoyed Shadow Generations too. They've kind of been on a hot streak with Sonic, I'm not gonna lie, but I'd say it's probably creeping its way up into my favorites. But yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 and honestly Sonic Adventure 1 also, like those two games are goated, definitely.
Yeah, and I believe that the new Sonic movie is coming out either next year or 2027. So new Sonic content galore.
Yeah, I'll have to go back out to the theaters once again.
It's like an Olympic cycle every 4 years, every Sonic movie that comes out.
Yeah. Oh.
Right. No, you mentioned it. You're a Theater kid. You had that Theater combat class. That one time. Can you kind of tell us about it?
The combat class. Which one? Sorry.
Combat. The combat theater, you said? At the top of the...
Oh, the combat theater. Yeah. Yeah, I was in college, and that's what my major was theater. And we did a semester of stage combat training. Like, there was a class that was a whole semester that I did of it. And then for our senior projects, we had to, like, come up with the whole scene, like, write it and produce it and everything. And unfortunately, I don't have a full video of that match, but I do have a couple little clips from it that my friend got with her phone. But, yeah, we had, like, gym mats. It wasn't a real ring, and we put the match together to tell the story. I was the bad guy, and it was pretty cool too, because where it was like the senior showcase, like 2 other people did their performances also. So I found, or my friend who did the match with me, he actually out first, and I got him to do the match with me because he was a cheerleader and like a good friend. So it's like I knew he had the athletic background, and that we'd actually be able to pull off something cool. And we worked at it for like 6 months. Like it took us a long time to train and figure out what was feasible to do, just having a gym mat and all that stuff. And excuse me, yeah, but at the actual performance, he came out and did a dance and threw out some T-shirts crowd to like get him as a baby face out, and was being like nah about him throwing out T-shirts and doing a dance. And a person had actually let us borrow their replica U.S. title for that match, and so I was the United States champion, and I retained my title in that match. But yeah, it's pretty cool too, because like I said, we just had a gym mat for the performance, and I did sleh X as my finisher even way back then. But the way we did it was I did a matrix, and instead of hitting me, he hit the referee. So then I grabbed him and the headlock, and I did the bulldog off of the referee's back. And that was the 1, 2, 3.
So you kind of already had an idea of what you wanted to do in pro wrestling before you became a pro wrestler.
I did, yeah. And that was another reason, too, that I thought I would be a heel, was because that character I did then was, like, total, like, oh, I'm the best, man, kind of heel. But, yeah, that's, I definitely think having that background in theater, and especially in stage combat, I think those both definitely helped me a lot in wrestling, for sure.
Is there any other roles you had in theater that stands out to you?
I got to be the steward in Into the Woods. That was a really, really fun play to be in. And that was my first time I ever got to kill somebody, because I had to kill somebody in that show. It was Cinderella's mom. And it was, because that's like a conglomerate of fairy tales, and it was the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk, and Cinderella's mom was running her mouth to him and about to get everybody stomped on, and so I had this like cane thing, and I like bonk her on the head, and it kills her. Me and my friend who played Cinderella's mom, we would joke about it every night when we would go off stage after that. She'd be like, "I can't believe you killed me, you bitch," or something like that, you know. And that was one of my favorite roles. And then back when I was in high school, I got to be King Arthur in Spamalot, and that was really awesome because it was actually at a neighboring high school. It wasn't even at my school, but they just had such a small theater program that they opened up the auditions to our school too. And me and my friend went, and she played like 4 or 5 different like characters, you know, like just like switched out for like who they needed. And I still can't believe I got to be the lead role, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Spamalot is a really good play. I know there's some clips of the original performance on YouTube, but the original King Arthur was Tim Curry, and so obviously I was no Tim Curry, but it was really fun getting to do that role. Because it's basically like the play version of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a really fun one too. And then, yeah, I'd say those were probably my 2 favorite roles I had in theater.
I mean, that does beg the question. What is the wing velocity of a swallow?
Huh?
What is the top speed of a swallow?
64 miles. I don't know.
The correct answer, English or African?
I guess English.
That's a classic Monty Python joke.
That completely went over my head. I was like, what?
Yeah, literally the first scene of the movie was about the coconuts and the swallows. Oh, good times.
Yes. Yes. I remember now that you say that. Oh my goodness. That was a long time ago. I'm old.
Well, but you do know Clark Gable, so there's something.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a great segue into the colossal question. Let's say that they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
The first 3 songs. I feel like I would want my opener song. I would want it to be "Vanish Into You" by Lady Gaga, just because that opening is so good, and I feel like it would be perfect movie opening shot. I would say, because usually, things are going pretty good in the beginning of the movie before, the conflict hits and it all goes to shit. I'd say probably The Man by The Killers. That'd be a good one. It's having, I don't know, I'm picturing, an early 2000s type movie. It is, that'd be, the, montage of, trying on all the different outfits and stuff. And then, let's see, for the third one, that can be When It All Goes Wrong. And for that one, I would say Guilt Trippin' by Frank Iero. I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs.
Okay. Well, a solid 3 picks to say the least. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays yourself? And you can't say you because you are legally obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Oh, gosh, who would play me in a movie? I don't know. I guess maybe people used to say, like, back when American Horror Story was real popular, I look like others, so I guess maybe him. I don't know.
Could you repeat the actor's name?
Maybe Evan Peters,
Evan Peters. Okay.
or maybe Johnny Depp. Just because people have told me I look like both of them.
Okay. Now, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you in your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
I would probably say my sisters. I have an older sister and then 2 younger sisters. Who would play them? Oh my goodness, that's a good question. Shoot. I can't remember the actress's name, but she was Deb in the show Dexter, and then she was also in the movie White Chicks. What is that lady's name? I can't remember. But I would have her be my older sister. And then for my younger sister, I would have. I would probably have her be played. Mariah Carey, I think. I think that would be funny. And then my youngest sister, I would say she could be Demi Lovato.
Okay. I believe the character in Dexter is Jennifer Carpenter as well.
Yes, Jennifer Carpenter. Oh, I feel bad I couldn't remember her name. But yes, that's exactly who. Yes, she would be my older sister.
Right. Well, this is sounding like a great movie. A blockbuster to say the least. And you could pre-order the tickets now. On to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
No.
No?
No, actually, me and my other, like, my oldest sister and my youngest sister, their name both starts with J, and me and the other middle sister, our name both start with K. And we actually have what we call the K pizza, which is a thin crust pizza with pepperonis and mushrooms. And we call it the K pizza because the 2 J's don't eat it, only the 2 K's eat it. But yeah, mushrooms on pizza all day. And if it has a pineapple, I'm not going to eat it. Sorry.
Okay, so anti-pineapple on pizza. Alright.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's your spirit Pokemon?
Staryu. Staryu's always been my favorite Pokemon. Because I love it in the anime, whenever it'll be like, yeah! But then also, too, like, playing in the games, like, it's a freaking water type, and it can learn electric type and psychic type moves. Like, why would you not want to use it?
Oh, I definitely get that. Alright. Now we love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for THUG? THUG?
Uh, no, I don't.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail. 'Cause a dog can't spell.
Uh,
We love the lady that Tracy Smothers on the show, trying to keep the memory alive.
That's awesome.
Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical rock.
An actual rock. Um, I don't know how you would beat a rock. Really, it's like, because like if you laid on top of it dependent, like how do you know it's the shoulders that are down? I don't know if I would have a match against the rock, but I would say I think I could wrestle a broom. I feel like I could actually wrestle a broom.
Okay. Well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
How? Good for him, I guess.
Not that good for him. He didn't win the match, so.
He didn't win against The Rock? How do you lose against The Rock? Oh my god, I feel like Elmo. Rocco's just The Rock.
Well, you see, the Rock was the world champion, and they were tied 319 to 319. So, because they were tied and The Rock was the champion, he retained the title. So, therefore,
Wow.
Mike lost.
Wow. That's crazy. That's awesome.
And he has not challenged for that championship since. On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, in 5 years. Oof. Shoot. Honestly, I would like to just see like what we talked about the life. I don't know. Maybe have a title under my belt. Maybe even if it's not Flaunt Magazine, be in like a magazine or something. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of like trouble in the past, and like I used to be like had like 5-year plan and all that stuff, but like one thing as I've got a little older, a little wiser is like I just try to go day by day and just do what I can. Like I was saying with wrestling too, like in the moment and just like enjoy the moment, because I don't know. I know some people who have like worried so much about the future, it's like they didn't even realize like we've talked about tonight, like I've already achieved some of my dreams that I never would have ever thought was possible. And so I'm just going to keep on going because it's working out for now.
Gotcha. Alright. And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
Oh, my best match as a pro wrestler. Shoot. Well, I would say definitely watch the match against Jackson, because I mean he just brought the beast out of me for real. Like it's an intense bout, even though I was still like we were talking about pretty green. It was a pretty good one. I would say another really good match I had was at excuse me. A Beer and Brainbusters, I think it was the second show, but that was Firestar and alternate combat wrestling like together, and I had a match against Gemstone and Big Boy Carter, that was a really good match. I really enjoyed that one too. Um, I was still pretty green back then too. And then I'd say a more recent match I had, which honestly I don't know if there's a way to watch it yet because I don't remember seeing that show posted on the Patreon. But that match in the rain, I thought that was a really good one. And from the response I got from the fans there too, it seemed to be a pretty entertaining one overall. Yeah, definitely. I'd say probably those three. Jackson, my triple threat, and then the rain match.
And the first two matches we can find on YouTube, right?
Yep, they're on YouTube.
Perfect. And you don't have to go looking. I will grab those matches from YouTube and I will put them in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox for anybody that hasn't seen them, wants to see them, wants to re-see them after this interview. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Okay.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Alright.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Trish Stratus.
Worst wrestler.
The Gobbledygooker.
I will accept that answer. You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Jeff Hardy.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Shoot. I'd probably say Tori Wilson. Her rock and roll song.
Okay. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Everything.
We would have also accepted tastes great on toast. Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
Nasty. I don't like squash. But it's a fruit, isn't it?
It is indeed a fruit, yes. It has seeds, tomato logic.
Oh, I see.
You may
No, I only knew that because my family all loves squash, and I'm the weird one who I'm like the only one out of us who doesn't eat it.
So you may dislike squash, but you know your enemy.
Oh yeah.
New Japan wrestler Taichi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question: what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Well, I'd say it depends on how your butt looks, honestly. Because, like, if you got a nice butt, like, you can show it off a little bit, but, like, still be presentable, I guess. But at the same time, like, if you don't have a butt that needs to be shown off, don't show it off. Cover yourself up. And also, I don't know. I feel like I'm not really qualified to talk on that because if I do wear I never wore like trunks like that. If I wear anything like that, it's hot pants at least.
Alright, so if you got it, flaunt it.
Pretty much, yeah.
The last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No.
And that is the correct answer. That will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. That was fun.
Absolutely. And once again, where can we find all things you on social media and merchandise?
All my social media is Kendel Kendel KX, and if you want merchandise, for now, just catch me at a show, and hopefully I'll have some kind of online system worked out before too much longer.
Perfect. And you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give him a damn follow. And if you're at a show, buy a damn shirt. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews. And whether you've joined us for this is the very first time you're joining us, or you've joined us for the last 5 years of interviews that we've done, we greatly appreciate you listening and enjoying us. So thank you again for being on this 5-year journey run with us. Of course, you can follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X Thread and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesG993. Alright, when I say Wrestling With, you say entertainment, okay?
Okay.
For our special guest, Kendel KX, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling With
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.